Good morning, everyone. It's Libby from Maighstir Tarot, and welcome to the channel again. Just wanted to do a really quick reading this morning in regards to following the news yesterday about the withdrawal of the Australian and the American and the Allied troops, final troops, the diplomats, the civilians, and the Afghan support workers. Obviously, with the fall of the airport and the capture of Kabul, this has really put a spanner in the works of the American plans. They were planning on sending around 2,000, 3,000 troops back in to secure the airport, secure the embassy, secure the paths from the civilian areas to the airport, and evacuate in a Saigon style. Whether this will still go ahead, I'm unsure, and I thought I would do a quick reading today on it. So I just felt that I had to do this. I have read before, and I have read that the Australian government will get our diplomats, their families, our civilians, and the Afghani assistant aides out. But as with everything, there is free will and there is free choice, and whether that is still going to happen, I am unsure. So I'm just going to do a quick read today. I'm using my Mystic manga cards. Interesting cards, a little bit difficult to read, but I'll do my best. What I'm going to do is a very quick reading. I'm going to do a 5-card draw, both on Australia and on the US, with a yes/no question: are we going to get our people out? A quick invocation. Welcome to my spirit guide and all who come with him. Protect us with your light and guide us with your messages. Thank you. So very quickly today, I haven't had my second coffee yet, so I'm looking a bit vague. Crazy to, no sleeves, middle of winter in Australia at the moment. Weather is glorious. We have also recently moved from an hour inland off the coast down to the coast, so with the milder weather, we've noticed it's a lot warmer in winter, so we are waiting for winter to arrive, and we're nearly over. Hopefully summer will be a bit cooler than up the valley. Okay, will the Australian government put it this way, I'll do the Americans first. Will the Americans be able to secure the airport and the Allied civilian evacuation? Will the American government, with its troops, be able to secure the airport and the Allied and aid evacuations? Will the Americans be able to secure the airport of Kabul in Afghanistan and enable the civilian, allies and aid evacuation? Just bring the laptop down for you. What have I got here? 1, 2, 5, 6. Okay, so this is a yes answer. The explanation of why it's a yes at first quick glance is that major arcana cards and even numbered cards, this is a number 8, are yes, and minor arcana and the royalty cards are a no. So we've got 3 yeses and 2 no's in this reading, and then what happens is we read the cards individually. So first off, so this is America. Will they be able to secure the airport? The Eight of Cups is about walking away from what's not working for you. And this is about the American withdrawal from Afghanistan itself. The Ace of Wands, the Ace of Fire is a new beginning with messages. But it's also going to be a fiery new beginning, which we, understanding what's going on in Afghanistan, already understand. The Wheel of Fortune, things are going to turn and change. There's going to be quite a shifting in that area of the world. The Queen of Cups. She looks worried. She is emotions, relationships. She's making an offering. She's about security. You'll notice her cup is also covered, so we don't really know what she is offering at this stage. And the Fool. New beginning, new journey. Now this tells me yes, and that things are changing over there. New beginning for Afghanistan. The Fool is often depicted in many packs as a youthful figure such as this, but somebody who's about to set out on a journey in a trusting manner, allowing themselves to fall, quite glamorous looking, whereas in this deck it's quite a macabre looking clown of a fool with his trusty dog, so there is trust there. But things will turn out okay, and it's the start of a new journey, but it is not a particularly pleasant card to look at, and it's not a particularly pleasant start to the journey. Bottom of the pack is we have Lies and Deceit, Thief in the Camp, Insecurity, Feeling Imprisoned, Been Taken Hostage, an intellectual awakening, new beginning, and a Tower moment. So this really sums up what's going on in Afghanistan at the moment. Deceit, corruption, insecurity, entrapment, realization and truth, and destruction. But the Knight of Swords is there. He's a harsh truth that will come forward, so there's a lot to learn about what went on in Afghanistan that we don't know yet. Heartbreak, the Lovers, which indicate a cooperation of some sort that will take place. It's not necessarily an easy cooperation, overseen by quite a determined looking guide. And the Queen of Swords, so she talks about national security, intelligence, and the truth. So I think that is a yes, that they will be able to. And just emphasises again what's happening in Afghanistan at the moment, that it's going to be a long road. It's not pleasant. There's going to be a lot of heartbreak along the way. There's going to be truths come out. There is no one US president to blame for the situation they find themselves in. Biden enacted it. Trump put the process into play. Obama allowed the military to continue on its so-called nation-building path, but the US Army is not a nation-building organisation. Bush went in. You can trace it right back to Reagan, who really started the modern psyche of the Americas to put this all into place. So there is no one president. It's just a progression of the US, and sadly the Afghan people are now paying the price, the innocent Afghan people. So I see that as a yes, the US will go in. Okay, I just got a flash. I feel the Taliban will allow them to secure the airport and remove their people. I will double check to see if the Taliban will allow the Afghani aides, the interpreters, the guides, their families, whether the Taliban will make it possible for these people to leave as well. So again, I'll do a 5-card draw, quick 5-card draw. Will the US and allies be able to get their Afghan aides, their interpreters, their guides, their assistants, and their families out of Afghanistan in this current evacuation? Will the Allied aides and their families be able to leave during the current evacuation? Okay, let's bring the laptop down. It's a little bit more sobering. You've got a 10, a 7, a 3, a 14, and a court card, which indicates no. So the 2 positives are yes, and the 3 are a no. It's just going to be too hard. It's just going to be too hard to coordinate. The frustrating thing is they had 12 months to get this organised, and they've left. All governments have left it to the last minute, and it's just gone to hell in a handbag. It's just going to be too burdensome at this stage to get them out. They will be left to defend themselves, but they will do stoically. There is a plan. There is a coming together to make it happen. There will be some money exchanged. So whether these aids are taken hostage and then paid for by the respective governments. Asking for patience and a rebalancing. And the Knight of Coins. Now the Knight of Coins can be have 2 different meanings. He can either be a slow, steadfast and dependent knight, or he can be the mercenary. I am seeing in this card that he is the mercenary, but he's the mercenary working for the Allies. Bottom of the pack, there's a plan. Reap what they sow. retreat, and again the money comes into it. Judgment. So there will be an exchange of money for the aids. It'll be difficult. There is a plan. I don't believe they're going to be able to get out in this evacuation. Okay. Well, that is incredibly disappointing. The Allies had plenty of knowledge, at least 12 months, that this moment was coming. And there seems to have just been absolute chaos when it actually arrived. So extremely disappointed in the Australian government, incredibly disappointed in the American government. And innocent lives will be lost because of their inability to actually organise a chook raffle at the show. So I'll have the quickest of reads. Will the Australian civilians be able to get out of Afghanistan during the upcoming American evacuation? It's no other way. Can't call it a withdrawal. It's an evacuation. Will the Australian civilians and their families be able to get out of Afghanistan under the cover of the American evacuation? I don't read cards upside down. There's enough negative cards in the deck for enough meanings that we don't need to. Okay, Ace of Coins, 1, 1. Not all. Again, we've got 2 yeses and 3 nos. Some, I think, may choose to stay behind. Whether this is me reading that the aides are not going to be able to get out, but I've got a no, not all. Ace of Coins, a new beginning with finances. The Magician can be can be evil. I can't get that word out today. I haven't had my second coffee. He can manifest things into reality, but he can also conjure up not pleasant, and looking on his face, he's going to make it extremely difficult. The Knight of Wands is a fast-moving knight with a plan. So they do have a plan to get out as many as they can, that those that are skilled are currently working on. But there will be introspection and review as to what happened. Base of the pack. Families coming together. An authoritarian force. Spy in the camp. Walking away from what's not working. A harsh truth coming forward. Moving on to calmer waters and then reaping what we sow. So I think we're going to hear stories about those that couldn't get out. There will be money involved. There will be governments exchanging money with the Taliban for hostages. And I will read on this later and see how we go. Sorry about that. That must be somebody at my door. And I shall talk to you later.